Hi, welcome back to Advanced Composition. Um, in this lesson, we're going to look at a little grammar feature called inversion, which also serves as a particular transitional device. Now, the word inversion refers to a number of related grammatical phenomena, but we're looking one particular kind here. So don't worry about it. You can go to my website if you and look if you want to find out more. But we're talking about one particular kind of inversion here. So we are looking at page 158, inversion. So you know standard, normal, kind of vanilla sentence structure, subject, verb, object, or subject, verb, predicate. That's your standard sentence structure. So the subject is before the verb. Is it always like that in English? You would think so, yeah, but not always. And of course, questions you invert. Is the chicken waiting? Did the chicken attack? You know about inverting auxiliary verbs, but here we're talking about the main verbs. Do you invert main verbs and subjects? Well, take a look at the exercise 10.7.2 inversion in narratives. Discuss those examples. Now, number one is kind of like the standard sentence structure, but the others are variations. 2 through 6. Do these sound good? Do they sound better than 1? Do they sound good? Not good? What do you think? Which ones sound better than the others? Spend some time, good time, to discuss these for a while. Which ones sound better, and why do you think so? All right, number one, standard sentence. It seems okay. Nothing wrong with it. It's fine. But number two, does it sound better? Kind of more interesting, perhaps? Maybe a little bit more interesting, right? You look in the rear view mirror, the rear mirror, and zooming in on you like a guided missile comes a rival contender. Sounds a little bit better, more interesting, kind of gets your attention a little bit more. This is a narrative technique. But does it work in number three? You're driving fast. You miss your exit. You lose control. Hit a bump. Then zooming in on you. Does it work there? Not really. It sounds kind of funny here in number three. Why? Number four. Does this sound good? Number four? Sounds okay. Actually, my students tend to disagree. Usually some students like it, some don't. I kind of like it, but usually students will prefer number five as the best out of all of these. One, of course, is fine. Two is not bad, but five seems to be the best. Then in your rear view mirror appears another car. So you've kind of, why does it work better? And of course, six, it doesn't work. Again, your air conditioner, hot, sun, birds, deposits, insects hitting your windshield. Then in your rear view mirror, there appears another car. Six doesn't really work very well. So why is number five usually the best? Students usually prefer number five. I personally don't mind number 4. It sounds kind of nice, but I do think 5 sounds even better. But some people, even native speakers, think that 4 doesn't sound good. And there's a good reason, which we'll explain. So these are examples of inversion. So if you notice, something gets moved to the front of the sentence. A participle phrase, a prepositional phrase. So a participle phrase like zooming in on you, or a prepositional phrase like in your rear view mirror, in your rear mirror. And then the verb appears, another car, subject. The subject is after the main verb. It's inverted. And it works in 5 because in 5, you're continuously describing the scene. Driving or describing the scene. Then you get the inverted sentence. And what does it do? It brings a transition. It introduces something new to the scene, but it's something that is not too unexpected. Another car, because you're talking about a highway scene. So in 5, it works best because you're developing the highway scene, and then it introduces something that's kind of related. A car zooming in behind you. It's not really unrelated. It's kind of related to the context. So you've got a fairly sustained scene development, and then the inverted sentence introduces something that's kind of related. It's new, but it's not unexpected. It's not out of place. But for example, in 6 and in 3, you're talking about a lot of different things. Then this inverted sentence, and it's kind of out of place because it's not a continuous scene development. It's just a bunch of different things. Then the inverted sentence introduces yet something else, and it doesn't flow very well. 5 flows the best. 2 is not bad. 1 is not bad. 5 is the best. Now, number 4, there appears. It's kind of a redundant transition. You've got 2 transition devices. 2 transition devices, the inverted sentence for a scene transition, and then the there. Now, there is used in English to introduce a new subject. I was in my room one night. I was about to go to sleep, and then there appeared in my window a unicorn or something like that. There appeared in my window. So you're introducing a new subject to the scene or to the narrative. So 5, some people don't like number 5 because it's like 2 transition devices. The inversion, which is for a smooth scene shift, introducing a related item, and then there, which is more for a more newer, maybe less expected item. So for example, you're cleaning in your kitchen and you look out the window and you see, oh, there's a unicorn walking down the street. Because there's a unicorn, there's something new. You're introducing something new, really new. So 5, it's kind of a redundant transition that doesn't work. There's for something really new, and the inversion for something, a smooth transition to something related. So for a lot of people, 5 doesn't work. So this is a narrative technique in storytelling, but it is also used in academic writing. So look at the next page, the exercise 10.7.3, inversion in academic writing. Take a look at this exercise. Which sounds better, 1 or 2 to finish this? And what about number 3? Does that sound good? Discuss for a bit. Okay, so here I pulled out, I looked up an actual example and I kind of modified it. I can't remember if the inversion was originally there or if I added it, but anyway, here it's talking about aging and it's describing the aging process and what happens with aging. And then social relationships are particularly important. Sound okay? Yeah, it's not bad. But number two, particularly important are social relationships. Does this sound better? I think it has a better flow because it's making a smooth transition to something new. It's a new topic you're going to talk about. So in the preceding example, the highway scene, you're introducing this car, which is probably what the narrative is going to shift to. The narrative, the storytelling is then going to shift to this new car, this car that's zooming from behind you. And the storyteller is going to talk about that for a while. So here, particularly important are social relationships. It's making a transition to something related. It's a smooth transition, and it's something you're going to talk about for a while. So two, I think, works nicely. Now three does not work. Why? Just like some examples you saw in the last one with the car. Number three, it mentions a lot of different things, this and this and this, and then the inversion introduces something new. It's not a smooth transition. It's like one thing and another thing and another thing. It's not a smooth description of the topic. So we're in the car examples, the highway examples, there is a sustained, smooth discussion of the scene. The scene is set up and there's a smooth transition into the new item in the inverted sentence. Two works because there is a smooth discussion of the same topic, the different problems of the aging process, and a smooth transition to the social relationships. Three doesn't work because it's like the um, highway driving example, like number six, air conditioner doesn't work, hot and dry, sun's bearing down you, birds pooping on you, bugs splattering your windshield, raindrops, and then new car. And three, it's the same thing. Joints, muscles, sore, visits, checkups, income, and then this new thing. It's not a smooth transition. It doesn't work here. So it works in number two. So this is something to pay attention to as you're reading things and as you're writing. And if you want to become a good writer, it will help to maybe pay attention to the things we've talked about and learn from good writers who use inversion, who use participle clauses, and it could be people writing about literature, or it could be science and technical writing, or news writing, or whatever. The participle clauses and the other things we've talked about in this unit, pay attention and learn from those models. If you want to learn more about writing on your own, practice writing on your own in the future. Read a lot, expose yourself to a lot of different kinds of reading by different writers on different topics. And you can observe and absorb elements of the writing style. And these are things to pay attention to. Oh, that particular writer really likes to use inversion as a transition device. That writer, especially the science writer, likes to use participle clauses for flow, managing flow, and so on. So these are things to pay attention to. And again, read. If you want to improve your English writing, read a lot of different genres and topics, and find ways of writing about them, blogging about them, or something. So you can learn to write by reading a lot. Now, this lecture hopefully will be a bit shorter, I hope, so that you can get back to your writing assignments. So I'm going to try to give you enough time to finish your final essay, try to give you a fairly generous due date so I can grade it in time to turn in the grades. Please contact me if you need help, or if you want guidance, or if you have questions. Please contact me. I'm available. My office phone, maybe Kakao Talk, but better Zoom. Zoom works in my office fairly well, one-to-one. You can even visit me in my office face-to-face. I don't have any diseases, I am pretty sure. Feel free to visit me too. Please see me. Please arrange to see me if you want help. If you have questions, you want advice, you just want to improve your writing, if you're having difficulty, please see me. Otherwise, good luck on your papers, and maybe I'll see some of you around in the fall semester, I hope. I think this is it. I don't think I need to provide any more lectures. I think this is the end of the week of instruction. So I'll give you the whole finals week to work on your essay. Good luck, and I hope to see you later. Goodbye.